Hey, Busy Bees. Today we are back with another chapter in our My Word School series, Book 8, Miss LaGrange is Strange by Dan Gutman. But before we get into our chapter of the day, we are going to get into our riddle of the day. And the riddle of the day is, what do you call a bear with no teeth? And I'll tell you to you again. What do you call a bear with no teeth? And I will give you the answer to the riddle at the end of our chapter. So let's pop open the book and fly through this adventure together. Last week we learned about how it was Principal Klutz who was going to be the new cafeteria lady. Okay, that's where we ended. It was Mr. Klutz, the principal. So now let's get into chapter 4, Chicken Klutz. Mr. Klutz, what are you doing here? I asked. Are you the new lunch lady? Asked Andrea. I'm the lunch person for today, Mr. Klutz said. The new lunch lady is Miss LaGrange. She starts tomorrow. Mr. Klutz looked funny. He was wearing a lunch lady hairnet, which was really weird because he doesn't have any hair at all. His head is like a beach ball. It looked like a beach ball in a net. Mr. Klutz showed us something new that he installed in the middle of the vomitorium to help us be quiet. A traffic light on a big pole. When the light is green, he told us, we're allowed to talk. When it's yellow, we can whisper. And when it's red, we have silent lunch. Usually during lunch, everybody's yelling and screaming. You have to scream just to be heard over the other kids who are screaming so they can be heard. And then you have to scream even louder. It just goes on and on. Maybe the traffic light would help. Mr. Klutz told us he loves to cook at home, and he made all the food himself. Little Miss Perfect Andrea said she and her mother cook together all the time. We only eat organic food at home, Andrea said. You eat organs? I asked. That's disgusting. There was a chalkboard that listed all the foods Mr. Klutz had made for us. Macaroni and cheese, tuna casserole, meatloaf. What's that stuff? I asked, pointing at some mystery meat covered in brown goo. That's an old family recipe, said Mr. Klutz. I call it Chicken Klutz. I call it disgusting. But I didn't say that out loud. The only chicken I eat is chicken nuggets, I said. Chicken Klutz is real chicken, Mr. Klutz said. Try it, AJ. Does it have bones in it? Of course, Mr. Klutz said. Chickens have bones, just like people. I told Mr. Klutz I wasn't hungry. I didn't want to hurt his feelings by telling him his chicken looked like somebody threw up on it. I got a carton of chocolate milk and sat at a table with Brian and Michael. I opened my backpack and dumped the cookies, chips, candy, pretzels, and other junk food on the table. Everybody else got all excited. Even Andrea and her annoying friends turned around so they could witness some awesomely cool lunch live and in person. You should eat smarter, Andrea said. Proper nutrition is important for learning, growth, and development. Can you possibly be any more boring? I asked her. After everybody got their food, Mr. Klutz walked around the vomitorium. He was carrying a platter with some disgusting green stuff on it. I was eating a candy bar when he came over to our table. I thought you said you weren't hungry, AJ, he said. Why are you eating sugary treats? I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. I'm on the new all-sugar diet, I told him. Haven't you heard of it? You're only allowed to eat sugar. It's the latest thing, AJ, Mr. Klutz said. You know your body needs protein, fruits, vegetables, and grains. Haven't you heard of the food groups? But I don't like that stuff, I said. Fruit is sweet, he said. You must have a favorite fruit, right? Sure I do, I replied. Fruit Loops. Come on, AJ, he said, picking up a spoonful of his disgusting green stuff off his platter. How about some peas and carrots? Have you ever tasted peas? They're delicious, and carrots are good for your eyes. I'd rather go blind than eat carrots, I said. Mr. Klutz looked pretty upset. I guess he was sad because hardly anybody ordered his Chicken Klutz. He'd have to bring it home in a doggy bag. That's what my parents do when they have leftovers. Mr. Klutz should stick to being a principal, if you ask me. He makes a terrible lunch lady. And that is the end of our chapter for today. But let's look at chapter 5, France Talk and Frog Legs. I am totally interested in to see what Miss LaGrange has in store. So let's get into our riddle of the day. So the riddle of the day is, what do you call a bear with no teeth? And the answer is, drum roll please, a gummy bear. Because if there's no teeth, all you have left is what? Your gums. Yes. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you'd like to follow along for more adventures, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you on the next one.